Hello everyone, and welcome to the Glasgow 2024 Twitch stream. Thank you for joining us here today on, this is Let's Roll, Hell and Highwater session...
22.
22! Because I totally keep good admin notes.
Your good admin is just us.
We are the
Specifically
admin.
Isla.
Delegate. It's all good.
Yeah, I write the campaign, I don't keep track of any of the numbers for anything. But thank you for joining us. This is Let's Roll, which is a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition live play.
OG 5th edition, not the new one.
Yes.
Not 5.5, no. Which we don't have all the rules for yet, anyway. So, but yes, so this is a campaign that is of my writing. However, I have heavily borrowed and stolen from other things, as all good GMs do. Whether that be fiction or actual D&D stuff that I have just nicked and put into my campaign because I liked it. Loosely based on Baldur's Gate, because I really liked the Baldur's Gate campaign. And we stole
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it's Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus.
Yeah.
Does that make sense there?
Yes.
There you go.
It's a little more Avernus than Baldur's Gate.
Is it? What do you think that started?
No, I mean the campaign is because we got through the Baldur's Gate bit once. Anyway.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We are technically still playing on behalf of Glasgow 2024, the Worldcon that happened in Glasgow in 2024, approximately
2 months ago.
2
2
months
months.
ago in August. We haven't finished the campaign yet though, so we thought we'd continue
We're getting
doing
there.
it. Whilst you can no longer attend Glasgow 2024 without a handy dandy time machine, we would love for you to consider going to future conventions.
Also, if you
Just any
if you
convention.
did attend the con, you can actually still watch some of the
Yeah.
videos on playback. So
Yes,
Thank
our
you.
playback system is
Kind
very
of still
good.
exists.
it does exist. Yeah.
Two
The
people
content
that had
exists
already
if you
done-
already went.
Yeah, go watch it. If you did get a membership,
You can rewatch stuff. The,
Cool,
the,
cool.
the sock puppet thing was fantastic.
I didn't watch
seen
that.
it.
I see. I should watch it.
Yeah.
I sat and watched that at home because I was like exhausted that evening and sat and watched it on my TV and it was hilarious and I have absolutely no idea why it was at the convention other than it was feckin' fantastic.
I think it was the sock puppet people had been at a satellite before and everyone loved it at the satellite and they were like, we want them back.
Yeah.
That was it. That's the whole connection.
They like have a sold out show at the Edinburgh Fringe and everything and we were just like, you're coming to Glasgow! And they did and it was great and I'm so happy. But yes, please do consider looking at the future conventions. Already forgotten what order they're in, but I know that we have
Seattle
Is
is
that
25.
Next year.
25,
26 for LA.
27
7 is Canada or
Montreal or
Tel Aviv. Is it?
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Yeah, Montreal or Tel Aviv. 28 is Uganda or Australia.
Yep.
29 is Dublin.
Yeah! Everything from
Manifested.
2020.
It has been dibs.
Yes.
With the, who's
We
gonna
have a
bid
Blue
against
Sky
Dublin?
account. We're basically a real convention.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything
Oh,
from
you're
2027
in
hasn't
it.
been
I'm the
voted
entire social
on
media team.
yet, so please be aware of the 2-year voting. So 2025, 2027 will get bid on and so on. So we cannot say where exactly it's going to be. But Seattle and LA, do consider going to them. Head on over to their websites and check them out. Also, our fan fund you can still give to if you want, and it will help people go to future conventions. Or you can go to the Seattle and LA website and give to their fan fund to help folk get to conventions that they wouldn't otherwise be able to afford. We highly recommend this if you can. However, obviously, we know not everybody has the spare funds to give for such things, and you may want to attend the convention yourself. So, yes.
And also, that's why personally the fan funds also exist. Is if you don't have the funds to donate,
You
then
can
maybe-
use it.
Maybe
You
use
can
it.
contact them and say, I need a little help, and ask what help you can get available to you.
Yeah.
Please do always bear that in mind. But with that, I think we will dive into this session, which I've already forgotten the number of.
22.
22, thank you. Will, do you want to take us into... No, sorry, we'll do introductions first.
No, let's leave it mysterious.
Oh, no, let's not do that. Hi, I'm Alex, I'm the DM.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
I'm Isla. I'm playing Kai. They are a bard warlock, half elf.
Very cool. Hi, I'm Will. I play Adolin, a monster hunter ranger. Maybe still an Aasimar?
Recently disgraced
Unclear?
He's on probation at work.
Oh, he's fired. He's straight up fired.
He definitely violated some sort of bullshit contract, and
He's in trouble with HR.
The boss is going to personally fire him.
Yeah, they've let you go on like totally illegitimate means, but
You should sue.
You're too little, so they all their big lawyers ganged up on you.
Adolin's going to start a union.
Yes,
With who?
let's do it.
Those other
Union of what?
minors that Kai was teaching about
Yeah.
unions in
Oh
like
my God.
session
I
3
think
or
that might be a
something.
very different kind of
That
union.
was when
Just one
Adolin
union for
first
every
heard of
business.
unions
For every
as well.
business.
They
He's
fight the
still part of the
proletariat.
business. He's part of
Adolin
the
started a
thing.
union against God.
Against God. And finally, please.
I would join that.
I am Rosie. I'm playing Polly. She is an Aasimar Circle of Bees, recently multiclassed to Paladin Druid.
Majoring in Druid, minoring in Paladin.
Yes, majoring in Druid, minoring in God stuff. It's going way better for her than it is for
Anyone else.
She's basically like, you've got like a toxic boss, and I've got like a sugar mommy who just keeps on giving me like little kind of magic items for free. And we're hoping that there's more of that in the future, fingers crossed. What
What,
with
Eat
my...
that sugar.
Even more staffs of swarming insects.
I rolled
Yeah, you
a
really could go for
4
a
on the
fifth one.
divine intervention when I asked for that, and hopefully if she follows through, we can get this item charged. I didn't say they had to be good magic items. I said they could be shit. I said 90 common ones would do us fine. So fingers crossed, mommy provides. I'm so sorry.
It feels way too early in the day to be saying things like that.
I do not feel like I've had enough wine.
I hope
We
not,
have
it's
enough
2
in the
o'clock.
flat.
That's because you're the mommy.
Sort of. I certainly play the mommy. And your girlfriend.
So many options.
So many options.
So versatile.
Well, would you like to jump into the recap?
Sure.
2 minutes?
Yes, please.
Go.
So, when last we left our heroes, we were making our escape from the domain of the Collector, the mad archfey who's ruled half the Feywilds at some point in history, and put us through a series of trials to recover magic items, your trident, the sword of Iofiel, the lady, and your cousin,
Yeah.
who is now part of the gang. And we were getting a lift
He's
back to the borders of the Winter Fae with this noble Fae couple of Lena and our husband. I can't remember his name. Never committed that one to memory. And it was on that journey and through the discreet telepathic bond that the party started to come up with the idea of, why don't we try and break this marriage up a little bit?
trial separation.
Yeah. Both the marriage and also the sort of inherent control that the Collector holds over every elf of the Winter Fae. And after rolling some damn high dispel magic checks, I believe you broke the bond between the Collector and Lena, whilst Adolin and Dragonface Varro tried to distract their husband. And we got away with Lena, and we all cliff dived out of the Winter Fae over a convenient cliff. And she's with us now as well. We've adopted another stray. And we head back towards the lake where we know there is a gateway to get out of the Feywild. We send a couple of messages back to our contacts in the Light Ravens. We hear nothing back. That's a little bit of a cause for concern. We also consider that we might have enough magic items on hand to fully charge the Cup of the Cosmos, to overcharge it, to save the city. But unfortunately, consumable items don't count, so we don't really have access to that. Nor do we have access to everything we need for the ritual to undertake such a thing, to charge it. So the cup's still dormant. And camping for the evening...
Stop.
That's
Yeah, we don't have to go over what happens when we camp for the evening, that's fine.
Nothing
Everything
happened.
is
We went to
fine.
sleep, and that was it.
Everybody's patrons and deities are very cool with them.
I'm definitely not asking any...
Big
Smooth my hair
favors.
back. It's nervous, groovy. Yeah, your gods like a dick, but straightforward about it.
Yeah.
Well, not even a dick,
I
actually.
think
Quite just
you got fired if you
Has
didn't want to
goals.
be. I want to be fired and haven't been.
You might have. Did you agree to the thing that was asked?
Kind of.
Oh no.
It was like, agree to these terms without any context or me telling you what the terms are. And I was like, I guess this one?
Oh dear.
Number one being the city stays in hell.
Yeah.
It was like, do you want small picture or big picture? And like, that's everything you get to know.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm
Not
like, all right,
excellent.
big picture, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to
guys-
catch up on what exactly happens, you can check out the episodes
It's
on
on
YouTube.
Keep them wanting more.
I feel like these recaps we should start at the end of the session and work
Work
back.
our way back. Before that,
That would get so confusing.
Mhm.
You just gotta get better at recapping and fit everything in.
You gotta give me more than 2 minutes.
No.
you need to have less happen, Alex.
Balls.
Your calendar's on the right month.
Oh, that was a big jump. Proud of you.
Okay, so I think we left off with everyone starting to gather around Adolin on the shores of the lake, partway through your long rest. So I think we will pick up there as, admittedly, I'm not sure you were advancing towards Adolin more than just being like, if I remember correctly, whereas Polly was actually heading over. So yes.
I thought that we had it established that the powers had that you'd done a little.
You tried
What?
to cast a spell, and I
Yeah.
think you tried
Yeah.
to do something. So I'm fairly certain that you know exactly what your mechanical
Yeah.
limitations are now, yes.
Yeah.
That
So
wouldn't be like that.
What?
You're wrong. That wasn't a fucking smile.
Is it still the middle of the night?
Yes, so you haven't officially completed your long rest.
Righty-ho.
Yeah,
But-
you've had a shift. Adolin's had a shift. And I can't remember who else was on
Polly.
watch. Polly and Dog?
I think it was Clifford. Yeah, I
Clifford.
really did because we didn't want to do
Did you
villains.
forget the
Dogface.
dog's name?
Dogface,
Dogface,
Dragonface,
Dragonface.
Face done.
Elfface.
I'm going to politely not encourage us to do bullying on this show.
It's not bullying him, it's with the
It's actually a
greatest of
dog.
intentions.
I mean, Clifford's probably fine with it. Varro probably isn't, because you don't have that kind of relationship with Varro yet.
I think they
Yet.
have the exact kind of
Yet.
relationship to call him Dragonface.
Yeah, but then it would
Polly
count as
definitely
bullying.
does.
I don't think it's bullying if you're just being like you're allowed to be mean to somebody that you have disdain for without it being bullying.
Who's tried to kill you a few times?
Yeah, I think that's not bullying.
Then it's just an antagonistic relationship.
Bullying is
Mm.
if there's like a severe power imbalance and they can't give as good as
You
they
have
get.
a severe power imbalance with him. You have a lot more power than he does.
That was really the issue in your relationship.
I
From the beginning.
I don't think
You've all the power, and he
I
hasn't.
don't mean it in terms of leveling thing. I mean like.
I mean, you
I
literally have the divine connection that he wants.
I like calling him Dragonface is something that is very much like Varro could just turn that about and be like, well, at least I still have some magic, bitch.
But does he?
I actually don't know. I think
You haven't fucking talked to him, so I don't know how you'd know.
who knows. Bully him. You have my consent.
The player said Dragonface when he couldn't remember Varro's name. Please don't interpret that as an in-character bit of dialogue.
I'm sorry, you must be clearer with your intentions.
Anyways, Dogface was taking the last watch.
Yes.
And I think we were between yours and mine.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was 1, then 2, then 3, then Dogface.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna try and stop. Clifford. We love Clifford.
Okay.
Yes.
But I think you had woken a few people up to be like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. So let's go from there, please.
Something's wrong.
Ah!
Ah!
Jesus Christ, you're all naturals.
I cast blight.
On Adolin. It's like, well, he's dead now.
I'm resistant to necrotic damage from the sword, I'll have you.
Oh, okay.
But not
Perks.
but not innately anymore.
Oh gosh, that is actually very convenient that you got that sword. Oh, God, that sucks.
It does everything I do. What gives?
You
Handy.
saying that was the catalyst for Alex being like, I'm gonna take everything.
Yes, you don't need it anymore.
Don't like this double up, do we?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yes, Adolin looks confused, distraught, clutching like midair. He's trying to throw out a couple of spells. He's trying to reach for like
Adolin,
that.
what's wrong? You look confused and distraught.
Oh my Kai, what an expert emotional sensor you
You got
are.
real good insight. I think he just goes back to like, I got in contact with Joris. We spoke.
It went amazingly.
No.
Is he mad at you?
Very.
So you came clean about your other talks.
With yes.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't take kindly to any of it.
What?
Well, the first thing he said was ditch the sword,
Oh. Interesting.
which seemed
Why?
because it's associated with her, because it's
Okay, but bigger picture.
That seems, I mean...
right. The big picture that we care about is saving a city full of people trapped in hell, and acquiring the 3 items and using it to charge the cup. That's
Yes. The
Yeah.
real advice would have been ditch the trident when we first
Yeah.
got it. Hey, don't
That would
like
have been useful.
tie a tune to that. That's cursed. This isn't cursed. This was just what, held once by a person that he doesn't like?
Yes.
which is apparently a bit of a personal thing. He's got a much worse opinion of Iofiel than he does of Talos, it seems.
Yeah. That seems very petty of him.
Yeah.
And he's taking it out on you.
Tries to cast the light cantrip that he gets from being Aasimar. Nothing. Nothing.
Christ. That just is a gut punch. That's
Can't do that. Can't do any other spells.
that's horrible.
It is. I don't think we can count on his help anymore. I think he'd rather see a city full of people, a city full of Knights of Ash, remain in hell, than do anything that touches Iofiel's power.
He already demonstrated a level of untrustworthiness before, so I suppose we shouldn't be too surprised, but... I mean, we skirted around it, but it was a dick move what he did with your parents.
Yes. What if you just aggressively pivoted towards Iofiel? How did you feel about that?
Well,
We have said in the past that some of her ideas are not the worst, and it seems to be her worshippers, her followers, that are kind of manifesting the worst parts of her. So there might be something in what Kai is saying.
I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to.
It's early.
Completely.
Yeah, it's been 5 minutes.
It's early days. It's not like we were like, well, I guess you have to convert. But
Full on conversion. There's so much we don't know about her. But what have we seen of her? The mortal aspect, the paladin that runs a soup kitchen, the angel that single-handedly stopped the destruction of a city full of innocents during a questionable crusade.
yeah,
You had a nice dream.
I'm sorry?
That one time you chatted with her.
yeah. The one time
That whatever that third aspect is.
Yeah.
the specific part that Joris got real pissed at. It
Yes.
seems.
Yeah, it's bringing her from God jail was. That's what really sent him over the edge.
I mean, I'm all about abolishing prisons, so right on.
I think we should maybe find her. I think if Io the Paladin is running around Perelmire, as Glasia seemed to indicate,
Does this mean that, like,
tracking her down could be...
do you think that because you have had your magic kind of stripped from you in this capacity, that Joris won't come looking and won't be monitoring you anymore, or do you think that you're still going to be very much in his sights?
Yeah, is the connection still there?
Can you sense any capacity for that? Do you think that he could visit you in dreams to come?
Oh, good question. The spark that was always that connection.
Sorry, I'm having mechanical issues where my notes aren't syncing between my phone and my laptop.
Oh no!
Sorry.
I thought you were like, I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ, I haven't thought about this.
No,
What do you
it's
mean
really
dreams?
handy that you're all having this lovely conversation while I have a mechanical
Let me
issue.
just fix these technical difficulties while you continue roleplaying.
I wrote these notes while I was at the hairdresser.
A productive use of time. Multitasking.
I have to sit there for 4 hours.
It's fun. I wasn't being sarcastic. It's productive and multitasking.
I don't have to do this.
Boss, can I ask a question?
Yes.
With that...
Right, who are we asking? Are you asking me, the DM, or a specific character?
DM.
DM.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Boss.
God.
Boss.
The
Chief.
ultimate god.
Polly has speculated about whether or not Joris could still monitor, track Adolin, even with the spark of divinity and connection being gone. Is there any way if I can feel if there's any lingering trace there?
So you would know that like Joris is like an angel. Like he has the capability of tracking anybody he likes, because that is part of his job. So
Really?
He's the cops.
he is.
He is the cops. Jesus Christ.
Like,
He's magical CCTV.
that is part of like his abilities to be able to see divine track, that kind of thing. So whilst your intrinsic connection to your spark is gone, that doesn't necessarily mean he can't track you.
Okay. If anything,
But,
he's going to be
like,
tracking us even harder now.
He could track anybody. Is the
Yeah.
vibe that I'm trying to give you there.
Okay.
Are you trying to ask whether or not he's got like a specific lock on to you, kind of thing?
Was that the sort of thing?
Yeah, I was just kind of curious. The moment you were like, oh, we should probably go find her, I was like, well, if we find, he'll know immediately our intentions and he could try and like either do worse to you in your dreams or
My dream.
stop us or... Do you think that he knows where she is just inherently because he's a cop?
Maybe, yeah. It's tricky with Io, right? Because she's in 3 bits. We have the mortal form running around, the paladin.
Yeah.
There's the divine aspect that was in God Jail that's now loose and we don't quite know what's happened to that.
Yeah, and I think I said above the table, I commented on yesterday that during the course of your conversation, he made it clear to you that he knew about the Io, the facet that we met being Iofiel, and that was never a thing that he thought was worth mentioning to us. So he knew that she was about,
Yeah.
and that she was fragmented. He just didn't bring it up.
Because that was a situation he was happy with.
Wild.
He preferred her being fragmented and powerless, or unable to interfere.
That's so weird though, because
But there's more to her, right? There is a third fragment.
I believe that you have the impression that there are 3.
3, okay.
I'm trying to remember the exact wording I used, but this was quite a few months ago.
Yeah.
I believe that there's the physical, the divine, and I think I want to say spiritual, as in spirit,
Her,
not
her
Like soul.
essence.
yes. Soul is probably a better word to split it from divine.
So you said physical, divine, and spiritual.
Soul. Let's go with soul because it separates it from the divine a little bit.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there was
So you would know that the physical is her body and her abilities, and her physical abilities, kind of things like her ability to swing a sword, hold a shield, shit like that.
which
Divine is more like her divine spark, her divine essence, similar to what you had.
so
kind
that
of
wouldn't
thing.
be corporeal. That would be something that just kind of existed,
It's
or
difficult to say exactly what form that would take.
ooh, does that mean that there's another Adolin just kicking about, being like, "Hello, I'm all the divine parts of Adolin that got stripped from him."
Oh, no.
Potentially.
Ooh,
It
let's
depends
find him.
Reunite.
how strong that divine spark was. The stronger the divine spark,
I think
the
it's pretty strong.
more abilities it has, and the more likelihood it would be able to manifest itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't be a leap, I think, for Adolin to know this, and I think maybe Kai, with a fairly good arcane background, that though I don't think this might be something that Polly's.
It's cool. I love being able to ask questions and you to be like, the other 2 people in your group know the answer.
They can tell you
it's
this,
perfect.
but I will voice it to them because they don't physically know this. Depending on how strong somebody is divinely, will depend on how that power manifests and things. Like people can get power ripped out of them for many different reasons, many different ways, etc., etc. Items ripped out, rituals, gods, all that kind of stuff. And how that then manifests itself in terms of it can get absorbed into somebody else and become their power. It can just disappear back into the weave, or if it's strong enough, it will stay and it will be its own thing. It's not a leap to know that Iofiel was pretty bloody strong. It is very unlikely that her divine essence will have just vanished into the ether, been absorbed by anything, or been destroyed. It was probably unlikely to be able to have any of those things done to it, which is probably why Joris is talking about 3 splinters. She was probably too powerful to destroy individually.
Yeah.
Do we think that between the divine and the physical bit seems to be Io the Paladin?
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, we know that Io the Paladin was on the island that we visited by Shark Bay.
Little Shark.
Little Shark, thank you. We know that she was there giving out soup and bread. We know that somebody was in Pearlmire, like Io was in Pearlmire kind of talking to Myrtle, the dragon? Miriam?
Miriam the dragon.
Yeah.
And was also there at the assassination of that informant guy.
Yeah.
That was in Dusthelm.
Oh my
That
god.
was in Dusthelm, yeah.
Yes, So, like, conceivably that could be the same Io every single time. However, so she could have gone to Pearlmire, talked to Miriam, gone to the island to give out bread and soup, and then gone and witnessed the... You didn't chase after her. She was just there.
She was just there. It was more like a kind of...
chased after the guy who did the actual assassination. So...
That was the last time I think we saw her in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Io the person is one of the...
Paladin?
Knights of Ash?
a knight bash?
Is she Knight of Ash?
She didn't display the same...
She was a knight.
She was a knight.
And
she
she-
wore armour,
Right.
and she wore...
Because she
fairly
turned up
nondescript
at the
armour, yeah.
church at the same time as everyone else. I thought she was part of them.
I think we asked if she worshipped
so it wasn't
Torm.
Knights of Ash that
I
necessarily
don't
turned
know
up.
her answer. And
It was sort of a mix of anybody that could help.
And we also offered to let her... I know, we must have asked if she was a follower of Torm then, because we asked if she would hold...
About the amulet.
The amulet, and she declined. She said that she wasn't comfortable doing that. But that means that... I can't remember if she said that she was a follower of Torm.
I think she did.
Very specific wording, if anybody can remember.
Fuck me.
That'll be my old notebook coming from.
Okay. Perhaps I can just refresh everyone's memory. So
Please.
she did, in a very roundabout way, declare herself a follower of Torm.
Okay.
But she never referred to him by name. And you did notice that. You didn't notice that as players, if I remember correctly, that she only ever referred to him as father.
Yeah.
That's
She also spoke in that really funny way of everything she said was like literally true. She didn't toss around metaphors or anything. It was all very direct speech. And we all noticed that when you're talking funny, what gives? So we're pretty sure that's one. And Glazia seemed to indicate that she was in Pearlmire in hell right now.
If the physical bit is the physical abilities and the divine bit is the divine essence, what's the soul do?
Which bit do we think was freed from?
Yeah, I wondered if that was the
Mount Celestia?
soul, but it could have been the spiritual, because surely soul is
Sorry,
the...
we were using soul and spiritual interchangeably.
Okay, my bad, sorry.
So we're going to go with physical, divine, and soul.
Yeah, sorry, I meant divine. The soul, do we think was the one that was captured? Because the soul, the spiritual, would be kind of like...
I would say that the soul would define somebody over a lifetime, as it were, in terms of it encapsulates a lot of memories and like experiences and things, and it's like the essence
So
of a
that's
person.
what was in prison?
What do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Try a
think
religion check to...
it makes more sense
Try
in
that.
my mind.
Somebody did ask me a question before we went into that, and I have forgotten what it was. I think it may have been you, if I'm honest, love. So.
I just asked my question.
Oh, yeah.
We just said the soul was the memories and essence of a person. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Oh, I think my question was which bit do we think was in the
That's...
prison on Mount
Yeah,
Celestia?
okay.
what was being
What was
asked,
setting
yeah.
that? Okay, cool.
And we think that might be the soul. I would say.
Did you describe the divine aspect as being more like the spark that Adolin had held in sort of...
Yes. I will temper that slightly with everybody's divine is different, and depending on your... Where you are on the scale of power of divine, it will manifest very differently.
Yes.
You could try... Anybody that's trained in religion,
Maybe.
Don't think
and I
so.
will take history,
Definitely
well.
not history. We've established.
I will allow a roll.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But there's nobody.
I have religion.
It's loading again for
Okay.
some reason.
I have
So we'll
expertise.
An expertise in religion.
Oh,
You can,
well,
I will
should
take
we go
religion or
then?
history if anybody wants
Mhm.
those.
And is this to puzzle out the sort of how do we classify the divine bit? I think Adolin's
Not
also-
necessarily how to classify the divine bit, but
Mm.
to maybe try and see if you have any knowledge that would indicate what you
have a new
saw in
person.
your dream was divine or soul. Do we
Okay.
have a friend?
Yeah,
We have
do.
a new friend.
We have a new
Oh, wow.
friend.
Yeah.
Hi.
Ross.
This is a very confusing episode to jump in on. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Welcome to session 22, a year into the campaign.
We are a little over a year into this campaign. You can find all of our episodes on YouTube, on the Glasgow 2024 YouTube, if you want to catch up at the rate of my
Yeah, in brief, I think we're trying to puzzle out how to free a god of some sort.
An angel/god.
An angel slash some
Used to be an angel, maybe a god now.
now fragmented, and we're on the trail of the splinters of
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's weird is that we've been alluded to having to fight her for so long, and
And now we're like, she's our friend.
But actually, no. Even now, it's like every time we hear about her, we're like, she seems chill as hell.
yeah.
Actually, we kind of agree with everything that
it's
she's
just
doing.
everybody around her that seems to be a bit not okay.
So
What's the last comment?
It says, it's me, Russ from
really,
Barlesia.
Oh,
it's Ross!
Hi!
Hi, Ross! Oh,
I
man.
don't know who you are. I'm so sorry.
Ross is from our Big Damn Heroes campaign.
Oh, that Ross! Hi!
Very cool.
It's lovely to see you, Ross.
To see her.
See him?
Hear from you.
I can see his face around the camera. I've got enough imagination for
Mental
that.
Picture
eye.
it.
Right. Sorry, Wills. What are we doing?
I'm about to roll a religion check.
Okay. What? Yes, we are.
And it's about the nature of the splinters of Io and Iofiel, and I'd like to think on a nat 20 we're going to get
Everything.
everything.
I will tell you this is quite a difficult check, and you will be massively limited by your own character's experiences. So even on a natural 20, you're not going to be given the lore of the universe.
But on a natural 20 I will get a 30.
That's lovely.
Okay. Well, hang on. I could do some. I don't know if we can use help actions on like mental
You are
things.
not trained.
Yeah,
no.
so I was thinking of I was thinking I could can I cast bless and guidance?
No, because they're both
Bardic.
concentration.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's the middle of the night and I have 2 bardics left.
Bardic. Actually, okay.
We can
and
stack the skill.
bless wouldn't work anyway. So guidance and a bardic would do nicely.
Oh yeah, bless doesn't work. I forget about that.
Yeah, that was silly of me.
Mm-hmm.
So D4 for me
Mm-hmm.
and better from Kai.
Fuck yeah.
So we could
Is that the
conceivably
right-
get you up to
yeah, that
42.
is the right dice.
Just roll real
This is
well.
wild. Okay. So the D4 is a 3.
Nice.
The D8 is a 4.
Okay.
So that's a 7. So we're on a 17 already.
Okay, that's really good.
No facial expression.
Don't fuck me. Nat 19! Holy shit!
Really good.
29. So hang on a minute.
36.
The
36.
last one, she jumps in.
Give us the lore. Give us the lore.
Christ on the fucking burn. Okay. I think with a 36.
Yep.
X marks the spot. Your god is here.
A 36.
Thank you.
You would be fairly confident that what you met in that dream is incredibly unlikely to have been the divine spark. There was not enough power to that essence that was there. The manifestation, let's go with, that you met there was lost, confused, powerless, trapped. None of those would stand out to you as very, like, this is a divine essence of a creature fighting to be free. That all very much sparks to you as this is a soul that has been trapped here for centuries
Yeah.
and is lost.
That's wild to think that means that the other 2 facets just have been operating without a connection to their soul for this entire time.
So
What do you think that means?
That they have their own independent like personalities and goals, presumably. So I wonder if they are somewhat like I don't know if the word safer would be right, but like.
Can somebody read comments out to me if they do have them, by the way?
Nice to see you too, brackets, and meet you. And some smiley faces.
I assume the meat is for you guys.
Oh, yes.
This is your first interaction, yes?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, there I suppose is a sincere danger that whilst we have been understanding like each of her individual actions and things as like kind of relatable, that if we put all three of them together, this is a woman who's been ultimately utterly scorned and to an extent like just tortured for X amount of years.
A woman scorned, eh?
She might be pissed as hell.
Like what a fury hell hath no.
Which actions do you find yourself agreeing with as well? I think
The soup.
the soup. Okay.
No, I was yes, the soup. That was
The soup
very
kitchen.
sweet. Everybody loves soup. I would always agree with soup. The Crusades actions, the ones that actually
Yes.
got her locked up and stuff like that. I mean, that was when she was all three pieces together.
Yeah.
Are
That
we
was bef-
thinking that's the last time she was one person
One
and
Yeah.
then that's
person,
what
yeah.
got her locked up and
I think that's the last
split?
sighting of her in
Yeah.
that form.
How do you feel knowing that Iofiel did something pretty massive and something that, you know, we do think, generally speaking, was kind of
Good.
right and
Yeah.
good, and was torn into three like separate pieces, like had things stripped from her body.
I can relate.
Dire
And,
I'm
yeah,
rela-
I'm relating.
exactly.
I'm
That's what
relating hard
saying.
right
And now the exact same thing has happened to you. It's almost like anybody who gets close to this area is being, but also there's kind of like an allyship there that I wonder that she would be moved by.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's you defied Torm too. Oh, put her there, and yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird and interesting, and
Yeah. Find myself something. Where do we? So, we're pretty confident on the physical side. We're now pretty confident on the soul being the freed aspect, and I'm wondering if we'll get anything on the 36 to do with the divine. If we muddle through it,
is it
Have we seen
corporeal?
or
I'm happy
interacted
as a DM to
or
jump
heard
in a
about
little
the
bit and try and
divine
nudge you in the
bit
right
at
direction.
point?
this would be an incredibly powerful source of divine power.
You've interacted with a lot of very powerful divine sources of power.
Specifically, Ios?
I mean, you have her sword.
Literally
Right.
in my head, I
Okay.
thought, what if she was like imbued in the sword or some shit? That would
That's
be
where they put
quite
the
a
rest of
telling
it.
punishment. Also, she's like angelic, and that sword like represents a lot of Aasimar traits.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like
That's why.
maybe that's why. Maybe it's her in there,
Yeah,
just manifesting them all.
could be in the sword.
Um,
Wild thought. Was it in Adolin? Was his spark her spark?
Ooh, interesting. That's interesting. Would the timeline work? I don't know.
I don't know.
Also, that would mean that if that had been stripped from you, that means that Jorah has it back now, and I feel like that would be something that he wouldn't just do willy-nilly.
Oh yeah. If we wanted that back, we'd have to go through him.
What was the colour of the grass? The something fields?
Cerulean.
We've got maroon grass on a...
No, it was blue.
No, but what was it called though? It was
Cerulean.
Oh, the emerald field.
The emerald.
Why
Why
fields.
did I think
Emerald.
cerulean?
So it
That's
depends
not Mount
which-
Celestia.
Which field are we talking about?
the one where
The prison.
The dream.
No, the
Crusade?
fight, the crusade.
That's the emerald fields.
Emerald Fields.
Oh, I was thinking of Mount Celestia.
Oh.
Sorry.
Mount Celestia is maroon grass with
Oh.
a turquoisey sky,
Mhm.
which I don't actually know what cerulean is, so...
It's a shade
Not
of blue.
that. Yeah.
Okay, is it a greeny blue?
You get like the cerulean sea.
Mm-hmm.
Does
I
that
don't know.
help?
No, not massively.
Cerulean City in Pokemon is where the water gym was.
That's nice. Adorable.
That's my contribution.
Sorry, yes, please. So yeah, Emerald Fields is crusading, and
That's what Ross says too. Also.
Great minds, buddy. Great minds.
Jesus.
I knew it from a fantasy book, so.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, I think I've heard of somebody having cerulean eyes, and I've just been like, that's got to be green. And moved on with my life. Sorry, where was this conversation going?
Where might Iofiel's divine essence have been since the splintering?
Well, you know that she's a very powerful. She was a very powerful angel of Torm. Her divine essence must therefore be very powerful.
Yes.
Particularly if, by Jorah's tipping his hand slightly, you know that he is. That they haven't destroyed it. They were not able to destroy it, which would suggest that it is incredibly powerful. Which means it has to have existed for the last 400 years. There's then the jumping off of what the fuck happened to it in those 400 years. A very powerful divine essence wouldn't be hard to detect.
Detect.
I'm going with detect, yeah. If it was just willy-nilly wandering about. Because it would be an incredibly powerful divine source.
So, okay, right. So...
Does the timeline line up for it to have been in the sword then? Yeah, it must have.
of course,
Yeah,
because she had it with her.
She had it with her.
And then the sword pretty much, I mean...
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a gap between the Emerald Fields Crusade and the sword turning up for the ritual, I believe.
Yeah.
But there's no record of what happened to the sword in that time.
Yeah.
I can double check
Was
my
it-
notes with more precise.
Yeah.
Did Jars already know that she had been freed from the dream prison
Not
thing?
before.
Or was this
Not
the
before
first?
Adolin told him.
That
Okay.
was the punishment.
Who did what?
Would it be worth trying to, like, I don't know, pray to her or something? Just be like, hey, heads up.
Hey, girl.
You're on the radar.
People know you're about now.
Yeah.
If you weren't hiding before, maybe you should now.
That's a good shout, actually.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
is
good
a
shout.
good idea.
Where are you? We need to meet.
Maybe don't meet
Maybe don't meet.
if he's tracking you.
He can track everybody. He's...
True.
Yeah.
Can you, and again, I'm asking these two and expecting a DM to answer. What does a...
That's really distracting, I'm so sorry. It's horrible, but it's distracting.
It was a good bit, though.
Yeah, it's good.
What does
You wonder why
a,
these
like,
sessions take 8 hours.
a powerful, like, emanation of magic just about in the world even, like, manifest as? Because I was thinking, like, if it was strong enough, surely it could, what's the word?
Draw large magical creatures to it.
No. Completely the opposite. I was...
Miriam?
That's what I was...
Aboleth?
You know that there's been a trident locked in Little Shark for a very, or the island off the coast of Little Shark for a very long time, where an Aboleth lived underneath it.
Yeah.
And as soon as the magical energy was further released, a sea witch moved in because she was drawn to the magical energy.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's like the fucking trident this entire time.
No, I think... Are you saying that the trident has its own signature and that drew in...
And
That's a really good
The
example.
Aboleth and the
Right,
sea witch?
okay, thank you. I was
It's
thinking
like a
that,
magnet.
I was thinking of like if because she has a level of kind of like like autonomy that she could like use it to cloak herself, and then I was like,
Who are we talking about here? She. Who's she?
like Iofiel as that one aspect, as a
As
very
the divine aspect.
yeah, as a very powerful out in the world not destroyed thing. And then I was thinking like maybe that was how she got in to go and see Miriam and but then I don't know.
Like in Loki.
I've not seen that, but
Okay.
sure.
They can track anomalies, and there was somebody who was an anomaly and they hid their existence by only living in apocalypses because there was so much of an anomaly already happening they couldn't track the extra bits.
Yeah, I was just thinking rather
So-
than Io having gone to see Miriam, maybe another one of her like facets did instead. But you're right, it would have drawn a lot more stuff, so we need to think of other places that
I think Pearlmire is not a bad place to hide it. Right...
Yeah, if there was somewhere that already had a lot of magic for whatever reason,
all that divine
her
power...
extra magic wouldn't be as noticeable than if it was just in the middle of a normal forest or
Or-
something.
Yeah.
it could be in hell.
Yeah, it doesn't
already.
need to be on the material plane.
Yeah.
You know, there's so
Divine magic, you in particular would know that that would be incredibly brighter in hell, so it would actually
Okay,
make
it's
it
not
a
in
hell
hell.
of a lot harder to hide it in hell
Yeah.
than it would any other plane.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be a kind of...
But it could
Cool,
be any
like-
of like the neutral or positive ones.
what if she's Clifford?
You know Clifford is an aspect of Mystra.
That two things can be
It
mutually
would be a bit of a punishment to put an aspect of her and stash it underneath the headquarters of the knights that she like trashed as part of her crime against Torm. To say you're gonna go to jail and it's going to be, and your jailers are going to be the very knights that you fucked over.
Just checking something. My notes. How old is Miriam?
Very.
She a ghost.
She dead. She very old.
Dead all the
Well,
time.
is she a 400-year-old ghost? I'm just.
Oh, we're talking like Miriam has been in Pearlmire
Ghost
since I think the second burning.
I love that.
That really
helps.
helps.
I love that you're like, well, if we go back to before when it was only lightly charred.
The singeing, the first singeing.
Yeah, so Pearlmire has burnt down twice, majorly, in its history. The first time when the first horde of devils attacked, and the original 3 knights rose up to protect the city, calling on their gods Torm, Tyr, and Bahamut to protect them, which is how the Knights of Ash were founded. The second burning is when they switched to stone buildings.
Very sensible.
So Miriam has been around for approximately that long.
As a ghost.
That is less clear to you. You have not really asked her that.
Okay. I think that's maybe one of our stops when we get back, is sneak into the library.
Yeah, if she's old enough, she would be able to like even just the question of what has changed. Have you noticed like has there been like a noticeable like change in something over the course of
which bit of Iowa is it she's been talking to?
When we got the sword, we just got it from the collector. He just had it.
No, we got it. We had to fight for. Oh, I mean, he did just have it. It's true.
Yeah,
We
I guess
never
gave it to the
actually
shade.
asked how we got it.
Because I have a note that just says the wizard who took the Star Shatterer was a fae from the Winter Court.
Yeah, I think it was the collector. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So it's been with him for a while.
He what was it, like a little bit of a con? There was a problem, it kept on getting drawn towards the trident.
But he separated them, I think?
Yeah, and he was like, I can fix your problem. I'm just gonna take the sword with him.
And then he made off with it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth trying to call Io?
No
I think absolutely that is a really good idea. I would also be really interested to figure out which of the 3 facets you get, because you're going to be aiming for one, but
Hey, that's true.
yeah, you might get another one.
We're having a very productive middle of the night.
Yeah.
I'd say you'll probably need a bit of an hour lying in the middle.
Yeah. No, we'll give it
So
that.
I'm trying to get some
That's very
times for you in terms of when the...
Your comprehensive timeline of the world.
I did give you all a PDF of this, but I respect the fact that you don't have that in
Yeah.
front of you. So I'm trying to remember when the Nightfall League took the sword. Because it's within Helen's life span.
Let's keep this one.
Okay.
So I think that is approximately
this one.
50 to 80 years after the Emerald Fields failed crusade. No, this must be a little... No, that...
Because there was... Talon had the sword.
no, this is just after the ritual.
Yeah,
took
because
place.
they were running away from the gods that they'd pissed off. I say they, him and Inazor.
Yes. Talon is the cartographer.
Yes, and he was just lucky he wasn't touching either of the 2 artifacts.
Inazor is the maid that was part of the...
The ritual.
Yeah.
Inazor held the cup and did not get trashed
Yeah.
by...
The other 2 mages were removed from history. Sword and Trident were drawn together. Sorcerer, we assume the collector, separated the artifacts but took the sword and vanished. The journal that this was out of was Talon's, and it ended when they were in Ghost Marsh, I think.
Abruptly.
Very abruptly. So yes, that was just after the ritual.
Because it is a little unclear how far after the ritual, but that would have been just after the ritual, which was approximately 100 years after.
Whereas we've got record of, 600 odd years of the cups usage. Well, not like the whole time, but I've got in my notes there, a human had it for about 200 years and used it to travel planes and research in different domains.
That'll be Inazor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he died, the cup was sealed in the temple until
Yeah, it fell out of like public domain, as it were, after Inazor because a group, a little unclear which group, took it and hid it in the little shark temple.
I see. Okay, right. Well, that timeline doesn't quite add up, but that might just mean I pressed the wrong number in my notes. So he used it to bounce around and travel in different planes and research. Then he did the ritual. Then he was on the run.
It's a little unclear exactly when in that timeline everything happens. You know that he spent the time traveling with Telin after the ritual, and there's no record of Inazor after they get to Ghostmarsh. It's unclear
That's
whether or not
really
he simply
interesting.
left and started bouncing around planes at that point, or whether he died at that point. Inazor is also human. If that helps.
Right, yeah. But it does say, again, unless I typoed, he lived for at least 200 years.
Yes.
He could still be about. We don't fucking know.
No idea.
Pretty greedy.
That's cool.
He no longer has the cup for sure. But
Yes, no. What with us
We-
having it, that would be very weird if he did.
yes.
Is there anything else we want to try and figure out during this breaking a long rest?
Or did you want to pray?
I think it's worth trying to call Io and say, heads up, you've now got angels coming for you.
Sorry.
And do you happen to know where your own divine spark might be?
Have you found...
Is it in this sword that I'm holding right now?
Have
it
you
in
found a
his? Was
piece
it in
of
here?
yourself lately?
Yeah. Or is it up the hill, stashed in the basement of the Knight of Ash?
None of us have the actual
Yeah, here
sending
we go.
spell, do we?
High
No, we
Magus
just have the
Inazor
stone.
Straxon is a historical mage whose research heavily focused on plane of travel. He was a human mage alive approximately 500 years ago and is well known for his research into travelling to different planes of existence. He wanted to be able to create freedom of movement between multiple planes so people and trade could move more easily.
Right. Right, okay. So lots of intel on the cup, middling on the sword, kind of lacking in the places that we would ideally need it the most. And the trident is just vibing. It's connected to a dick. No, literally.
Not a physical one.
And that seems about the long and short of it.
Yeah.
You just said the word dick, long and short. in the
I
same sentence.
heard it and I was like, you're gonna finish the sentence, Rosie.
Nice.
Yeah, it would have been helpful if we can try and pick up a scroll of sending at some point. Fuck knows when.
Is Ross making dick jokes?
You just put a funny like.
Because we've met Io, so we could just
could
use
send to her.
sending.
Does anybody have sending?
No, that's what I was saying.
We only have the
have
rock.
stone.
You only have the
The
rock.
rock.
Yeah.
The rock
It's not
that.
even a sending stone, it's just a rock we found.
And nobody's
you
re-
yell at it occasionally and hope for the best.
and nobody's replying to it because we tried our show like 3 times.
That's because we
Because it's
accidentally.
just a rock.
Yeah, we dropped it, picked up a rock, thought it was the same. this is our own fault.
Clifford played fetch with it and brought back the wrong one.
No, Clifford, no. It's just one of Polly's magic stones.
Oh my god!
The sending stone ended up in the same house, so she has thrown it at somebody.
Oh no!
It did one bludgeoning damage, and she just left it behind.
Yeah.
It's gone forever now.
Can I try and call Io?
Yeah. Call Io.
Call Io.
Calling.
Just
Io.
text her.
Hi Siri, please call Io.
Call Io. Io, you're in danger.
Please, everyone
Use
with an
that
iPhone,
phone.
check their phones. Haven't just randomly called somebody.
I don't have Siri turned on.
You can turn her off.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You just turn off voice commands. I don't want my phone spying on me.
He's doing that anyway.
Voice command. Don't turn off the spying, but sure.
Spy on me less.
Yeah, I think Alan would think that would be a good thing to try. On that suggestion is we're trying to reach out to Io to either aspect, possibly the mortal aspect.
Yeah, I mean, if she is the one that went to see Miriam and stuff, and she was there when the what's-his-face got stabbed and da-da-da, she does seem to be in the loop.
Who got stabbed?
The guy.
The dead guy.
The dead
Oh, the
guy
pirate.
that we got arrested for.
In Dust Town.
Okay, right.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't do it, to be
That
clear.
one guy that's been stabbed in this
This
entire
is-
campaign.
Yeah, the only person that's ever been stabbed. Okay,
We've
cool.
not stabbed anyone in our life.
On the other hand, whenever I've reached out to Io before, it's been the divine one that I've gotten, or the soul that I've gotten through to.
That's true.
So it seems unlikely I'd pick up the mortal one.
That is true.
on
Yes.
it. However, the other one would still be worth a chat with, to say that
Yeah, I think you're right that
Since-
divine
You're on
Yeah,
is
since
Joris's
the
radar.
soul's the one that's
higher
been
likelihood.
prison broken.
yeah, that one's jailbroken,
Yeah.
and the mortal one's still just
Yeah.
You
Kicking about.
jailbroken angel.
You're not even necessarily
Something like
banking
that.
on like a proper conversation, even just to say to her, you're in a wee bit of more danger than you might
yeah.
anticipate.
Call her.
Okay. Adolin asks for a couple of minutes so we can just get in the right headspace again and meditate. I think he just kind of sits cross-legged, lays the sword across his lap, and just tries to like look into the blade, of just kind of like lose himself in the reflection of it. And
Somebody like loudly crunches on celery in the background.
No! Clever! Put that down.
Stop that. Not the time for snacks.
Sorry.
it's the middle of the night
Hungry.
in a land of perpetual
It's a
sunlight.
midnight snack. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
the
the middle
right
of the night, but
daytime.
it is midday.
Yeah, you've all like invested in sleep masks.
Yeah, he
Aw.
pulls out a blindfold.
It's so cute. What does that look like on a dragon board?
Oh, he has like a
It
little
goes-
like
it's like a
metal
headband
page
and it
bit
goes over
here
here.
that like goes like that.
Cute.
There you go.
Zoom. Tries to go back to that fork in the road where one path led to Joris and the other path he like built out to try and get through to Iofiel, and
Right. Okay.
wonders what he'll find there. Ooh, 12!
Holy shit.
Did it work?
Kai gets through.
Yeah.
Holy
I was
I was like,
shit!
I'm gonna hijack this. I'm gonna talk to your god
You
whether you like it or not.
feel somebody elbowing you past you on the path. Guys.
How are you doing this? What's going on? Who is this?
Okay, so we set ourselves down, we're gazing into the sword, we're going into a hypnotic state. Kai elbows you, and you tell them to fuck off.
Can
It's very helpful.
Can that give the help action?
I'm not going to ask you to roll.
Ooh, okay.
Whoa.
That's how much it helped.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're welcome.
Fuck yeah.
But yes.
Just like you're...
18!
Ooh, that's
Pretty
still
good.
really
Close.
low.
It's pretty close.
That's
It's pretty
still
close.
really
What level
low.
are we?
14.
14?
Alas, only 17.
You win.
Not 19. We're 19. Cool.
Always aim too high. Only ever aim one above where you are.
That requires me remembering what we're on.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've already done the joke now. You have to remember that skill for next time. So I got us a free level in our Big Damn Heroes campaign.
Let it be known that we got a free level from Alex and we were very good and we did admit to our crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time.
One time.
No.
Not the other 3 times though.
Okay, yes. So we're sitting, we're focusing, we're
Mhm.
getting elbowed in the ribs, we're focusing again. And
Stop feeding the dog.
stop feeding Varro. All the crunching. Yeah.
Crunching gravel. What? Oh my
It's
god.
my teeth.
For somebody who can't eat anything, he sure eats everything.
He likes destroying things.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, Varro's just
Yes.
like, I've never been able to eat. No. Sorry, yeah, focusing.
That's why he's ducky's just hangry.
And you start to try and push towards where you usually find that connection. And I think you struggle for a bit. And there's like that bubble of panic in you of you can't find that doorway, you can't find that connection that usually leads you to Joris. You can't find that crack in your mind that you usually like slip through. But eventually, with a bit of focus, a bit of calming, a bit of telling everyone to shut the fuck up,
Back to bed.
you still yourself and you find that crack. It is much smaller than it has ever been. It is much harder to push yourself out and to feel like you leaving your physical essence to go on this sort of divine journey. It's a divine journey. But divine journey out of your body to try and reach a divine essence. But it's still there as you squeeze through it and you find yourself on that brick road. It is nothing like it's been before. Usually this sense of travelling to Joris or like it's been easy before. Before you had that fork, it was always easy. It was a breeze. It felt calm. It felt collected. It felt like you knew where you were going. You knew who you were talking to, and your mind's eye barely registered what the journey was like. It was that breezy. When you went and you had the choice, you were given a sort of road, a brick road, one that had a well-established path and one that had a crumbling path, one that you chose to repair, to build. What you see before you now looks almost like an aged bridge where it's falling to ruin. There are chunks starting to drop off the sides. The path gets very thin in places where earth and moss have started to overgrow, and that sort of represents this sort of edge of this vision as the white of the rest of this path and this area creeps in behind it to sort of take over and start to pinch off this path.
Is there any sign, any remainder of the path that did lead to Joris?
There is most definitely still path to walk if you choose to try and walk along it.
Last time Adolin chose to go towards Iofiel, I think he thought, yeah, that path will always be there. This is just a bit of an exploring an alternative. But he wasn't giving up on the path to Joris. I think this time, when he turns away from it, there's a real sense of finality to that, of, I don't think I'll ever go that way again. This is where future lies.
And you turn your sort of mind's eye to Iofiel rather than Joris.
To the crumbling bridge.
To the crumbling bridge. The ones, they're both, like, both of the paths are like fading and disappearing. Iofiel's is significantly older and crumblier, as it was in the previous dream. And you want to walk that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like it's almost difficult to walk it, in terms of it's taking a lot of effort to push forwards. It is falling apart as well and crumbling. So you're having to like jump from like stone to stone just to not step on this sort of blinding white, as it were. But you do push forwards, and there's this very bright light forming in front of you, and you push into it, and then everything goes black.
Death save.
That's good. Okay. Right. Oh well, everybody say goodbye to Adolin then. And with this blackness comes this sort of this heat to it. And what I would like you to do very quickly is to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Again with the wisdom saves.
Can I guess guidance?
No.
Is this a spell?
We don't know what's happening.
No, this is not a spell.
It would work either. Would it?
No, it'd have to be bless.
Yeah.
Because it's saving throw.
Man with spell resistance is only on spells.
You got this.
Well, yeah, it's spell resistance.
Well, you know, some things are like spells and magical effects.
No, I'm kind enough to tell you what the fuck they are.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Gorgeous. Look
We're
at it.
having a day!
You got her
I
favor.
do like that die.
It's a good die, thank you for pointing out. 23.
20.
Nat 20.
23, okay.
There's an electric guitar playing in the back of my head.
Oh, I could tell.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So initially, with this heat and darkness comes this sort of onslaught, mental onslaught, as another mind crashes into your own, and the voices and like feelings just pour over your own. And there's a moment, I imagine, of panic, because speaking to Joris and speaking to others, there's nothing like this. Everyone else is quite controlled. Your connection with Polly and Kai is very like surface level. You don't like merge into one. And Joris, while he has the capability of doing that, never did that. He never like poured himself into you, as it were.
Is this a bit like the Avernus open radio channel of just a jillion voices
Sort of,
humming
although
away
you
in the
never
background.
got that at its worst.
Yeah.
It was always like pressing on the sides, but you were
Mm.
always like in a bubble watching it, as it
Mm.
were. This is like one singular mind rushing into your own, and just thoughts, feelings, voices, sounds, smells that you know are not yours,
Mm.
pouring in and overtaking your senses for a moment. And there's that moment of, I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am. Where is me? Where are they? Kind of thing. Before you steel yourself, center yourself, and remember, I'm Adolin. I know who I am. I know where I am. It's okay. And that calmness spreads over you, and you sort of form yourself back as that mind swirls around you, but stops, like, almost like diluting you and tearing you apart, as it were.
Mm.
But you can feel this sort of mind right up against yours.
Iofiel?
Hello?
It's me, it's Adolin.
Adolin. I know that name. I know that name. Where do I know that name from? No, I remember, no. There was grass. I remember there was grass. I know your name. Where are you? I can hear you, but I can't. There's nobody here. I don't.
No, I'm... it's complicated. I'm reaching out to you. Where are you?
I'm not sure exactly. I don't recognise this place, but I know I'm in the right place. I don't remember. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going, and I know I'm getting there. And where are you?
I don't think you're a whole being at the moment. There's more to you.
I don't remember. Do
I'm-
you know? So there's more of me.
Yes.
Is that where I'm going? Do you know where I'm going?
I have a feeling. Yes. The city of Paramire, currently located in Aranis, first layer of the Hells. I don't know if any of that means anything to you right now, but I think more of you is there. Possibly the rest of you. Is there anything you can tell me about
I could
the rest of you?
show you where I am, I think.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah. Fuck, I did not think I'd be the grown-up in the room.
I don't know if this will hurt you.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Try and make it easy on me, but...
Okay.
Mm.
And you'd see, like, her mind would start to try and, like, press back into yours, and it would be very overwhelming again.
Mm.
You're holding steady, but you're also trying to open yourself up to it. It's a very, like, thin-lined walk, and you know that you cannot walk it for long.
Yep.
Her mind is too vast. It is
Mm-hmm.
too unknowable. She is not the same thing as you.
Yep.
And if you continue to connect with her on this level, you will just disappear into her.
Just a glimpse, just long enough to figure out what I'm looking at, and then I'd try and
Okay.
back off.
She's essentially trying to draw you into her eyes, in the same way like with a familiar, you would get drawn into the familiar's eyes kind of thing. She's trying to do that with you and draw you into seeing what she can see.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a moment, and there's this overwhelming overload of senses. Her senses are significantly sharper than yours, and it is overwhelming for your brain to receive signals it's never gotten before.
Mm-hmm.
And it is painful. It is painful. But taking a moment to sort of calm yourself and like steel yourself against this onslaught of information, what you see is a crumbling stone city
Ooh.
built around a spire. As her eyes dart around, she is very obviously on the outskirts of this city, as like bits of it tumble off the side beside her. As she's sort of on the outer walls but peering through gaps and stuff like that. It is hot and sweltering, and her eyes like quickly glance over what is like the edge of this city down, and you can see hordes of creatures like scrolling across the floor before it snaps.
Well,
I think it would be very obvious to you that is hell.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably Palmyra. You don't know any other cities that are there at the moment, so.
Mm-hmm.
And her mind would try and pull back from yours again to that sort of safer space where you're not getting pulled into her.
Mm-hmm.
Did that help? Do you know where I am?
Yeah, you're in the right place, but you look for a knight. She'll feel familiar to you.
Okay.
Try and find her. I'm not sure where she'll be. Probably looking after people, if I know her.
Does that mean that she's actually...
Okay.
That's the vaguest instruction.
Her name's Io.
Her name's Io.
Io.
She
Her
looks exactly the same as you.
She looks like, yeah, but like names aren't going to mean anything because you can't really float down and
I
start
don't know if
asking
she has a
people.
visual, so maybe that would be really helpful.
Yeah,
to be
she'll
like,
feel familiar.
she looks like a knight.
She looks like a knight.
She'll be helping people. Yeah, that is a good one.
And just follow a trail that feels familiar and see what you can find. I will be there soon.
Okay.
We're gonna try and find the rest of you.
Okay.
Can I try and, I don't know, project like an image of everything that I kind of associate with her in my mind, of like Io the Paladin I've met, an image of Star Shatterer, of Miriam in the library, and just see if any of that is like starts like sparking memories.
Okay.
To try and stabilise this very chaotic mind.
Yeah, okay. Can you make me another wisdom saving throw, please?
Yeah.
Ooh.
9.
A 9. Okay.
+1.
3. That's a 6.
Oh, I thought it was an 8. Anyway.
Actually, wait.
That is the 6.
Oh, that's the 9 there.
That's the
That's
9.
the emphasis for the line underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't see the line weirdly.
Okay, so you start to try and project these images to her, and you can see that she's sort of reaching for them and like flicking through them, as it were. And she's like, I don't understand. Do you need me to find these? What is?
Find this person. The sword used to be yours. I have it. I'm going to try and bring it to you.
Okay. Do I need a sword? Am I fighting someone? I don't know what's going on.
I know. It's okay. Just, we're going to try and put you back together.
Okay.
But there will be people looking for you who want to keep you apart.
Keep me from me.
Yeah. Sorry, strange concept.
But if I find me, I'll be whole?
More whole.
More whole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Adolin. Thank you.
And if you can find, if you have any inkling as to where the rest of you might be, if you can feel a singularly powerful divine presence anywhere nearby.
I can just feel that I need to move in a certain direction. There's kind of a wall in the way right now, so I'm kind of going round, but I just know I need to go here. I don't know if it's a divine presence or not.
Okay.
I don't know what's at the end.
Oh,
Is this like is she indicating like a physical direction? Like into Perelmire?
You've kind of cut off that link, so I'm not sure you understand where she's pointing. So she doesn't really understand that you can't see that.
I'll try and chance the possibility of, I don't know, fucking debilitating damage or something
Okay.
to get a sense of where she's feeling drawn to.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So you're going to try and lean back into her mind, as it were?
Yeah.
Okay, into that turmoil. Okay, can I get another wisdom saving throw, please?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very nice.
Good dice.
Then you need it. Okay, so leaning back into that, you can see that she sort of shies away from the contact at first because she kind of understands it hurt you the first time and that it's not good for you to do that. But as you lean in, she's, oh, okay. And you sort of like leaning back into her senses and you can see that she's sort of like pointing at the spire, the main spire of Pearlmire, that she can see through a small crack in the wall. I know I need to go that way. I'm guessing it's that building. I keep edging around the city to find a way in, I think, but there's no hole big enough, and and it doesn't move, so it's got to be there. So I know I'm close.
Okay. What form is she in at the moment?
You can kind of see her hands,
Is she,
like as she's like
shimmer?
looking. She's very see-through and sort of like golden. And like wobbly. You can see she's struggling to hold a form.
Yeah.
She's just trying to get to this point. She knows that that's her goal. That is the only goal she has. She doesn't really know who she is. She doesn't really know where she is any more than you've given her. She doesn't know where she's going. Or why, really. She just knows she's going.
Okay. Okay. Move quickly. Try and stay out of sight. City's not very safe at the moment. But
Okay.
if you get to where you're going, I'll come and find you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And I hope to see you soon. In better eyes? You think?
I think I know what you mean. I look forward to seeing you too.
Thank you, Adolin. Thank you.
Good luck.
And you.
I think you cut the connection there.
Oof.
She's not doing great.
Yeah. Poor girl.
Yeah. I think she might be the right one to throw in alongside on this.
Yeah. And do we think the plan is just to kind of put her back together again? And are we thinking it's her, Io, and the sword? Is that the feeling that we're
seems
getting?
right.
It seems something.
I wonder if it's either the sword or something we haven't quite seen yet that's in Pearlmire under the temple.
I'm racking my brains of something that like drew powerful things in the same way.
You got 2 levels of paladin, right?
Yeah.
Divine sense.
Yeah.
We could get back in the temple and just start scanning stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I could just use one right now and see if I can get any vibes off of the sword. I
Oh,
suppose.
that's a good idea.
But like,
You wanted to know messages.
Yes.
Rob sent a dancing dinosaur.
Oh!
Love it.
Should skim back through the YouTube videos to find me doing bee dance because that was
fun.
dumb.
That's
It's clipped. It's on TikTok. It's on other places. Instagram Reel.
On the Glasgow 2024
I
stuff,
had a blast with that one. Yeah.
It's good.
Specialist language is bee dance.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, because this is unrelated. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm moving right backwards. Yeah, because I know that the sword was like an artifact and powerful in its own right when it was being wielded by Iofiel. But it is really interesting that it had, I was going to say complementary, kind of the opposite of complementary traits for you. That they were so in line with your traits inherently.
Yeah.
That is interesting to me, and I don't know if it's just like because a lot of holy things just really circle around this stuff, or if it was like it literally didn't possess this ability, but now it has an angel in it.
We did research on Io and stuff. Do we know if the sword had any of the same abilities as it does now?
You don't know a lot about what the sword
Fair
physically
enough.
did because the only person to handle it other than Iofiel has been wiped from history. So
And the sword did draw an incredibly powerful entity to it in the form of the Collector. Like I'm being serious because like he was like, I'm having this, and then put it in a collection of a lot of other super powerful artifacts, and also collected a whole bunch of other super powerful things. Like, there wasn't so much the conventional draw as there was from the Trident of things just stumbling upon it. It stayed fixed. And he just kept on reeling more stuff in.
I will gently point out as well that the collector's domain is incredibly insular. Like, you could not really contact anything outside of it. Nothing could contact you while you were in it. It would give it a level of protection.
Yeah, I think it's a sword. That's my best guess, and I don't think I'm able to really, but I do have a. Let me just check. Divine Sense.
How many charges you get?
I mean, I get 3 and it's nighttime. I never use this anyways.
Yeah, you want to throw them down? Adolin's going to register 0.
It's just evil or good. You know the type of any being who's... I mean, it's weird because it's like 1/3 of a being. Fuck it. Sure. I use my Divine Sense and I really hone in on that sword. Try and get some
Can
vibes.
you read me the exact wording of Divine Sense, please?
The presence of strong evil registers in your senses like a noxious odour, and a powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, now we get into the actually mean. You can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that's not behind total cover. The sword might be cover, like it's just tucked in there. You know the type of any being whose presence you can sense, but not its identity. Within the same radiance, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell. So, I mean, it's definitely a borderline case. They weren't like, well, hang on a second, we need to specify what happens when 1/3 of a being is trapped inside a magical object.
I will take some DM liberties about that.
Please do.
Okay, so we extend our Divine Sense, and I think taking a little bit of liberty with this, because I believe you have used this once before.
I've used it a couple times, but not to great effect.
The cat! The winged cat!
I've used it for the cat.
Adolin showed up on that before.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
doesn't
true.
matter.
He doesn't anymore.
Oh no, baby! Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I don't tell him. I absolutely keep that shit locked.
Okay. Yourself lights up from your own divine spark.
Okay.
Clifford lights up like a
Yep.
feckin' Christmas
Yep.
tree, like he is. You do also get quite a strong pull towards the sword that is radiating divine energy.
Okay.
And I will say as well the trident that is also radiating divine energy.
Okay.
I'm loath to tell you specifically like radiant or necrotic because I don't like divine gods
good
that
or
way.
evil,
Yeah.
this, that, and the next thing.
Yeah, but it is
So,
definitely a divine artifact.
Yeah, that's very
The
fair.
cup is annoyingly dull.
Yeah,
What about cat?
Cat's in...
Cat's
Cat's here.
Is Cat with you?
Yeah.
Oh, and he lights up.
Yeah.
That is very much fiend.
Us three and Clifford and Varro and Algarthus and
Quite the party.
Belinda and Lena.
Yeah,
Belinda, Lena,
Belinda
and
lights up as
Belinda's
well.
a celestial.
I forgot we had Alagarthus. We got him to ferry himself over.
He did,
Just for a
He's just
nap.
having dinner with you all,
Yeah.
watching you all have meltdowns while he's just
I would
like,
hope
don't
he's
know.
asleep right now.
I think he's sat up.
Oh no!
I'm like, because
We're
everybody sort of
disturbing
gathered
everyone.
around for this conversation. It was just sort of like,
So,
so yeah, Belinda lights up, Clifford lights up, because they are both celestials.
so all the classics light up and 2 artifacts light up.
Yeah.
Is there anything that differentiates in terms of like, because I know that they have definitely different vibes, the
Yes.
trident and the sword, but is there anything that kind of like seems more potent or different in like this is more than just a magic item kind of way about the sword? Like, is there something that if I put them next to each other and compared?
Sorry. I think it would be too hard to tell with that kind of ability that you
That's
have.
fair.
It's more of an indicator than it is a sort of level indicator.
So-
Can I quickly take Kai's?
I think we still have one of those amulets that was the symbol
Yeah, any
of
divine
Io.
symbols will light
So
up as well.
does that one and the sword have a similar vibe.
Again, it doesn't necessarily light up differently. Like, you're getting creature types as a creature is defined, but I'm kind of being a bit kind by telling you these objects are lighting up. It doesn't give you enough information to be like...
We are neither confirming nor denying. There's not enough information.
I'm confirming that there's definitely divine energy attached.
Yeah,
to it.
It's more than a magical item.
I cannot tell you whether that divine energy is at
I
level
nailed
10.
divine and I struggled with energy. Together we made it happen.
Is like at level 10 or is it level 1000? Like, that's the vibe I can't give you.
Okay. Yeah, so we can't rule it out. And that is progress in and of itself. Yeah. Well. Okay. That's something.
Yeah. Back to bed?
Back to bed.
It's your turn to keep watching now. Good luck.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Do you want some emotional damage too?
No, I'm good. I had my beautiful connection with my deity where I said, here's a pitch of a favour you could do me. You don't need to reply. Roll a 4. And that I think that was it. I'm just, not a conversationalist. That's not how we do it.
Yeah.
And that's the right strat if you don't want to learn to feel emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
You just don't talk to anyone. Then you can't be hurt. Don't. Yes, it's not a metaphor for anything. It's perfect. Okay, yeah, I think that I'll have a nice little chill sleep. I'll get to know my new Fabies a little bit better because they're still quite new to the clan.
Yeah.
And whilst I have utilised one of their abilities, I haven't actually utilised all of them, so I think I just so what do you do?
Talk to them.
Yes, I have.
Which is a very
a wee
energetic talk, yes.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yes.
And keep watch, but I don't really anticipate anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is there anything specific that you're trying to learn, or are you just trying to get to know them, as it were? Small talk?
I think on the meta, above the table, I know what they all do and stuff like that, so I think that just, in-game, I'm now learning that I'm what do you mean I can cast this spell and you can hold concentration for me? Holy shit! That's awesome. And I'm very excited about it. So...
I think technically they're casting the spell, but yes.
Yes, exactly. You're so right. See, and
spells?
these are the things that I'm learning through this conversation. Yeah,
it's a very slight differentiation because Polly doesn't get access to those spells.
So I think that...
Do the bees have a spell casting focus they have to carry?
No.
It's the bag.
They are innate.
It's me.
They are innate magical beings.
Yeah, so they can cast Hypnotic Pattern and they can also cast Haste.
Wild.
Which is awesome.
I like the idea that they are the hypnotic pattern.
Yeah,
like
for
they
real.
just fly.
Oh yeah, I
spiral.
imagine them as fire.
And they're you said they were different colours, the Favies, yeah. And they can also
they're really vibrant.
do extra damage.
You're remembering you can
one
pick
for each
one
season.
Of one of these abilities a day.
Yes, once per long rest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Different colour from normal bees, or they're all different colours from each other?
Both.
Because there's the 4 seasons, so I suppose I've got bees from each of the courts. I guess.
And then you've got speedy bees and hypnotic bees.
And also, damaging bees. And then my regular bees who are like, we're not
I'm
cool
also
anymore.
I mean, start a small breeding program and they can all be very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I joked when we started this campaign about how I was going to collect a bunch of ridiculous species of bees, and you best believe that, post-campaign, that is what Polly devotes her life to.
Travelling to different realms just to get their bees.
Yeah, there's some cool as
Bring
hell bees
invasive
out there.
species back to the material plane.
Yeah.
No, they will behave. They will behave.
Behave.
Polly's
They will
interplanar bee
beehive.
farm. I see what you did there.
Was that purposely a reference to a series of unfortunate events?
No.
Okay.
What's the reference?
Sunny, the baby, says that in one of them.
Okay.
Beehive. Anyways, I do that, and then I think over the course of this, I also maybe have the thought that we've already discussed out of game, and I give just at the end of my thing. I poke Kai, and I'm like, we should give the ring of spell storing to Adolin.
Okay.
You get woken up specifically for that comment.
Just
And then
like
I'm like, yeah, alright.
okay. I know it's yours. I think it's a good idea. Let's sleep on it. Tell me what you think. Okay, good night again. Tuck you back in.
You hadn't talked to me for this conversation.
Yeah, I just rip off the sheet. I'm like, wake up! I've had an idea.
You are getting smothered in your sleep the next time it's Kai's watch.
That's why I go after them. And then I wake up Clifford to do the last watch.
Okay, start them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Goodest boys.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Very good.
Okay, and go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Honk shoe.
Okay. And everyone wakes up in the morning feeling refreshed. We have a bit of a lie-in to compensate for all the chatter we had in the middle of the night. But yes, and I say night loosely. But
It was midday then, it's still midday, there was no lion.
I know, it must fuck with your sleep cycles so much. But yes.
It's like a triple layered sleep mask. Everybody's got on.
Yes, very much so.
Mhm.
Okay. Everyone wakes up. Algarthus and Lena start doing like vague breakfast preparations, as in Algarthus starts doing things and Lena asks if she can help and accidentally gets broiled into making breakfast.
Oh, that's nice.
Hmm.
Maybe I ship those two.
Oh. Yeah, they're noble, but they can be noble together. and they're both elves, right?
And what is
I mean,
it supposed to
Eladrin
mean?
and
Alagarthus is, isn't he?
Elgarthus is an elf, I
I
think.
don't remember if he's an elf or a high elf, sorry.
He's still
High elf is a kind of elf.
Yes, but I
It's a
can't
name.
remember which one he is.
Hmm. A high elf and Eladrin.
But yeah,
Yeah,
also
cool.
high elves and Eladrin are not the same thing.
Hmm. Yeah, close enough.
They're the same genre.
Mm-hmm. So, is today the day that we're going to try this weird lake gateway?
Yeah. Speaking of,
Hmm.
would you like a ring of spell storing?
I got a little frazzled at ring, I'm not going to lie, but
Get him money.
Oh my god!
Kai, I'm flattered.
This is not a ship I saw coming, but I'm into it.
Algarthus is a wood elf.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
I like to
Secret
think that he
paradox
just had this idea. He's like, hang on.
Oh my god, I'm a wood elf!
Wait a second.
He's passed his hand in front of his eyes and they've been green. They've been green all along.
Cerulean.
Cerulean green.
It was a good callback.
Right,
But you
ring.
can still do some spells.
Will you take this ring?
Is
Oh.
anybody
Together.
ordained to do marriages?
I don't think I can cast ceremony yet.
I think Clifford
I think you
is.
might be able to.
Actually, I might.
I think you can.
I haven't got it prepared. I'll check. I can prepare my spells for the day right now. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a ceremony? We can make this happen.
No.
That was such a sad little no.
Yeah, I mean, what's in it at the moment? Like nothing.
Nothing. There was a mass cure wounds and then we used it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean,
But
it
you
could be
can have
useful.
by levels of stuff.
That could be useful. Yeah.
Hex. Absorb elements. Almost like we already had this conversation.
Yeah, almost like it is.
And what did we decide on?
I think we got as far as hex and absorb elements.
Okay, cool.
Attunement wise, I lost the amulet of the devout during the night.
You're not devout anymore.
During the conversation with Joris. Not
You are not connected to Torm anymore, so yeah.
Yeah.
Torm anymore. I was going to replace it with the dagger of warning, but if we're still kind of in the last minutes of a long rest here.
I mean, you can do it over breakfast. Breakfast will
Yeah.
take like an hour, so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to deprive you both of like spells this early in the day. Especially if we're about to
Yeah, that's fine.
do some stuff with this gateway and then immediately jump back to Perlmire, which is going to be dangerous.
A kettle of fish in and of himself.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, God, the dagger of warning was good, but also spells. I miss spells.
I mean, you can have this ring just now,
Hmm.
and then unattune to it later and have the dagger
Yeah.
after.
Let's do the ring. Let's do the ring.
Okay.
Yes. thank you graciously for this ring of spell storing. That will come loaded with, I guess, how much of each is.
I mean, you can have a flick. You can put cantrips in it. You can have a flick through the others if there is anything else that catches your eye.
Yeah. Bonus action spells and like stuff that works around attacking is a good shout. So Hex and Absorb Elements are great because it's bonus action and reaction.
So
I'll do
a bit of admin.
Do a bit of admin over this. Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything they want to do over breakfast, or do we want to try and dive into this is where we're going for today?
I have some questions regarding preparing spells. Pardon?
Yarrow.
Yarr.
I thought you were like saying Yarrow, and I was like, is this another cousin that I didn't know about?
Hello, this is Darrow and his twin Yarrow. You haven't met.
He's the evil twin.
You haven't met Darrow or Caro yet.
We've visited the island. I just can't remember exactly what its makeup was. It was a circle of columns. Was it like? Do
you want a description of the area you're in?
Please. No, not the area that we're in right now, because I know that we're not on the island yet. No. But like the island that we found the prince on, the one that we are kind of going to do the ritual.
The island is a small island. It's maybe.
Fucking hell! All right.
It's big.
Jesus Christ, that's huge. Okay, so
it's my diagram from the last time.
A circle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns.
8 columns of rock. They're 200 feet tall, 150 feet.
They got taller.
No, this is the distance between them.
That says 150.
Yeah, 150 between them.
Okay.
And they're all 100 feet from the centre, and then they're 200 feet tall.
Okay, my bad.
This is a plan view.
Fucking hell, that is so big.
So the lake's about 400 feet in diameter.
That's ridiculous.
It's big.
It's so big. Okay, right. So many of my spells that I thought could be helpful are actually less helpful than I thought. Right.
Oh no,
but also there's a lot of us.
Distance.
Pardon?
Large distances.
At least there's a lot of us.
Yes, there are. There are a lot
there's.
Yes. Do we have a plan of attack?
I'm just thinking of spells that could be useful to think. Fly is good. Yes, I thought Investiture of Flame would be good, but it's a 6th level, and I think that's a bit extra because I was like, oh, line of fire 15 feet long. I could light 2 at the same. No, I can't. They're so far away. They're so far away from each other.
Alagathas has spent the last 6 months climbing up and down these columns, slowly trying to light them all.
There are 8 of us. There's 9 columns, but there's 8 of us.
This is a really pedantic question.
8 are on the edge and then
like,
1 in the middle.
There's not one in the middle.
Math
It's just
That's where the circle is.
Oh, I see.
Does the maths work with them being like 100 feet apart but 150 from the centre, or the other way around?
It's 150 apart and 100 in the centre. Don't think about it like maths. We're not doing that.
I'm just saying.
We're not doing that.
I don't know if that fits in the circle.
We're not doing
very
Pythagoras.
small columns.
They're really, really skinny.
They're all bamboo poles.
Okay, I'm not going to do the maths. I'm citing it slightly.
I'm not sure if Belinda can light a fire on her own, what with her lack of hands.
Should I
Just
do...
little lands next to it and goes, shit.
Should I do Wind Walk again? Is that helpful to us?
You won't be able to light the fires.
No, I know. I just meant generally. I don't think it's it's not like a race to get to the island. I'm also aware we don't know what we're going to land ourselves into, so I don't want to just like prepare exclusively for this and then we go to Pearlmire and we're like, devils.
Everything's very close together now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
Just having a think. 5 spells, I'm going to choose them wisely. 5 levels worth of spells.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question for you, Alex. Conjure Fae. Do I get to pick the Fae? I know that some DMs say no.
Do you know any Fae to conjure them?
What do you mean?
Is this conjure fey creatures? Sorry, or this is conjure.
The spell is called Conjure Fey, and it's you summon a fey creature of challenge rating 6 or lower, or a fey spirit that takes the form of a beast challenge rating 6 or lower. And there's sample creatures down here. So usually they are just, think of Find Familiar, where you're like, it is an animal, it is a creature, but it comes in the, like, it is technically type fey.
Oh, right, so, like, it's just like a goat, but it's a fey goat.
Yeah, like, I could summon an elephant if I wanted to, but it's a fey elephant, yes.
Are you, is there any limitations on the abilities the creature can have in terms of, like, swim speed or anything?
No,
I'm guessing you're gonna go for, like, a bird.
I have some thoughts and feelings and opinions. But my main question.
I will let you pick, so long as you don't do anything too stupid.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not doing a million challenge 0 things.
Well, that is. I mean, I challenged it to 0. Oh, it is a thing. What the fuck?
It is a thing. Yeah, kitten's a challenge.
No, I didn't think it was a thing that was allowed in this spell. That's so funny.
So no to that. But if you're sensible, yes, I'll let you pick them.
Okay, no worries.
You have been given trust. Do not break it. Okay, what is happening?
I'm gonna sit quietly and do this, but you've answered all my main questions, so thank you.
What is happening is I seem to have no fire-based spells.
Is maybe now a good time to take a quick 10-minute break?
I mean,
yes.
I'm sure
Everybody do
this is
some
riveting
admin.
conversation, but
Yes.
As we work out how to solve this problem that you have put before us. Shall we draw a big diagram about the map during the
It's
break?
not like
as
I
well?
put this problem before you several months ago.
That's true.
We've had
I
other
wasn't
problems
even a
since
paladin then.
Thank you.
See you shortly.
Farewell.